Hello, adventurers! Jeez. And welcome to the 114th episode of Dirty 20 in the Evening of Laughter, Drama, and Adventure. We call it D&D Podcast. It's like your dungeon master for the evening, and I'm joined by my wonderful, colourful cast of characters. We don't have Mitch with us today. Hopefully we'll see him not next week. I think, next week is the one that we're away for. So hopefully the week after, time permitting. But other than Mitch, everyone else is here with us today. So before we go into our regularly scheduled broadcast, we're going to do some of the shout-outs that we do every week. I have just realised that Mitch isn't here. Which opens up a world of hurt, as always.
Well, have I got a show for you?
I didn't tell him to go.
It's End of the Empire! Mitch's face on planets, as I've said in previous ones. Now we've got Ewan's back of the head on Star Destroyers, emitting fiery, powerful beams of lasery death. You don't want to look at the back of the head. It will turn you into a pulverized ash floating through space. Mondays, 10 p.m. No, 7 p.m. PST. We got Mitch,
oh my God,
our illustrious DM. We got Ewan, our illustrious Kalal. And we got Sam, our illustrious IG unit. Pleasurable.
Called?
It is called Natural Wonders!
gorgeous.
Great.
Gorgeous girls.
I want Jade to
Thank
do
you for
all
that.
of our
No worries.
Please, not again.
Every week now.
Jay, do you want to do my
Sam?
shout out?
Yes,
sure.
No, please. Oh
yeah.
God.
I'll give you a shout out.
All right.
Hey, do you wanna do
I
mine?
guess I've been outvoted. I've been outvoted. All right, go on then. Who's going to be up next? This is going to be an important decision.
I mean, Jay's shouting out.
Who
so
are you
Jay,
doing
do it.
first? Jay, you're doing everyone's
waiting
apparently.
for it to come into my brain, enter through a window. I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it. I hear strange sexual sounds. They sound like Genshin Impact. Oh my God! I think there's someone who plays Genshin Impact here. No other than Maya. plays beautiful Genshin Impact spooky games, many spookies, and F&F maybe. You play some F&F.
Sometimes enough.
Do you see the FNAF?
If I've no
Check her out. She's quite funny.
Quite funny.
Thanks. I wasn't expecting that, but cheers. I'll take it.
What was that? What was that?
I like the intro of like the
I'm
seeing.
haunted.
Speaking of haunted, oh my God, this brings us on our next channel. Do you wish you could watch one streamer, but really they're not just one streamer; they're three fucking streamers in one. You go to a shop and you get a buy one get three for free. Wow, I got a Twitch channel for you. Sam you can have Leo, you can have Bumble, and you can have Sam JKP and perhaps a mysterious basement entity. We don't speak about that one. Honestly, if you like bulls, if you like animals, you get your bulls, you get your animals, and you make them fly. Pokemon on the Sam JKP. He's entertaining. He draws cards. He had a good pack opening recently for the birthday. Get on that, Sam JKP, everybody.
This is a fever dream, Jesus Christ.
I don't know how to feel.
I'm so confused.
I think Jay should be our shout out man every week.
Yes.
Got one more for you. Hold on.
Oh,
yes. Yes, I hear them. Yes. No, we don't talk. If you want to see GIFs, live action GIFs from the Ferra of the Carta, you gotta get on the Discord. There's lots of wet things on there, exploding gators. Good to make you laugh.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
The exploding gator.
Yes.
The exploding
Exploding
That's
gator.
the best gif I've ever seen.
It was incredible.
Proudest moment, to be honest.
This is,
I love
my
that your
God.
pull to the Discord is come and look at the gifs that we made
It's
during the
very
fucking
funny.
middle of the game.
It
They're
is
incredible
actually very funny.
live action gifts.
That is the selling point,
Yeah.
to be honest, is
To be
the
fair, that's literally
play-by-play
all it is at
run
this
along.
point.
Yeah. Spoilers without context.
You could also come chat to us and do things with us. I guess I don't know.
All right, well, moving very quickly on from that.
Just also very quickly, twitch.tv Lambent Rain. Mitch
Yes.
has his own little thing where he sometimes streams some spooky games. You should go check it out.
Oh my god.
That was nice.
Well,
What after that one?
I don't know if I really have the words to continue after that. Thank you for the
Yikes.
Discord shout out. I now don't need to do that.
No.
We also
I
have
guess-
a TikTok, I guess.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. There, go and check out the socials, including the TikTok
Can I-
and all that fun stuff.
Can we show the new trend we have coming in? We've got a new trend coming in.
Do
We've got a
we?
trend.
What is happening?
We're on TikTok. We're doing. Everyone's got to get home, and they've got to do the new trend. It's a new.
This isn't planned.
It's a new
I
trend.
don't-
It's going to be on TikTok. It's called the Get Thrisky.
Oh, the
Get frisky with it.
Risky. Jesus.
There we go. Just do it.
Oh my
So-
god,
Someone
that is
mentioned
now a
this
thing.
to get
Now you're
you
gonna have to do it,
Oh, God,
unfortunately.
I like doing this.
Everybody needs to do a video and send it to Ewan so he can compile it together.
Everyone send a Thrisky dance in. Everybody.
Jay, I missed the dance. Can you do it again? Just
I
so
could
know.
do it once more. It's a bit of a rip. I realised it's a bit of a rip off. It's actually like that dance they do in the Dark Souls. The one where it was Spider-Man. It's more like it's more like this.
Monkey doesn't
Can
wear any
you,
pants.
Monkey.
Can you play up the televangelist voice next time, Jay?
This is that. The
Someone's playing Genshin Impact. Someone's playing Genshin Impact.
I see it.
The Lord
The
is telling me
spirit has
someone is
spoken
playing
to
Genshin
me and they
Impact.
say that Sam has some balls.
And they are full.
Oh, well,
Loot
you know.
boxes, be gone, loot boxes.
Or are they empty?
I'll never tell.
I can just see Ewan's murderous intent.
Anyway, shall we play some D&D?
Yeah, let's do that.
I think that's where we'll take our break today. Fucking hell. Well, I guess without further ado,
Oh.
as quickly as fucking possible, let's delve into today's episode of. It's back. The intro ran out.
We're back. Oh no. This is a good time to say that this is a Thrisk episode.
Risky.
So, previously on Dirty 20, hoping to find allies in the north, Ferra Carta left the 10-day mind training. Not mid-training, mind
Pretty
training.
mid.
It was not me.
It's pretty mid.
We got-
Heading to the border of Shrazkyst, otherwise known as the Scale Skin Territories. Using the lamp and Storm's ability to transform into a giant eagle, the usually long roadside trek was reduced to but 2 days. Arriving at the border, you came upon the remains of an outpost, surrounded by a hamlet of buildings. Signs of fighting revealed toothed monsters, though no bodies remained. Clearly, the rumours of raids along the north were not unfounded. Making contact with Rai and Vargas, you breached the woodline and crossed the wide river separating the marsh proper from the kingdom of David. After some hours of waiting, the two reached you, having followed the river from the east. You agreed to head deeper into the swamp, hoping to find signs of life. After several hours, early morning approached and you made rest. Sleeping through the day, the evening turned cold and dark as you weaved through the sloppy mud and fly-infested underbrush. As you pushed through a particularly boggy part, the sound of hissing alerted you to an enemy presence. From the water, giant crocodiles surfaced and attacked. Despite being surrounded on all sides, you emerged victorious from the bloody battle. However, as you caught your breath, the shrubbery and trees rustled as at least a dozen lizard folk, clad in mud and donning bone armour, leapt out, their weapons ready in defensive motion. And that is where we pick up. So, the standoff holds as the lizard folk seem to reveal themselves on all sides. Some with tooth-tipped spears, others hang from trees by their tails, arrows notched in vine bows. As you stand in the shivering bog water up to your hips, what do you do?
Do they look confrontational? Like, are there like arrows notched? Are they like looking like they're gonna kill us?
Roll me an insight check.
Ooh, yay! I think I might have lost my insight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not that bad. Yay! And
I might have lost my
30,
insight.
20.
Has a +8 to it.
Jeez.
I didn't know if I'd taken proficiency in it again.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, we can't see it, yeah.
Okay. So.
Oh.
As you stand in this water, you can hear them kind of leaping out from the bushes and dangling from the trees around you. As you gauge the situation, they definitely have arrows notched, those of them with bows, and the others with spears definitely have them readied up, angled towards you, but they don't appear to be making an immediate rush. You kind of get the impression from a tactical point of view, if it was their intention to immediately lash out and attack, arrows would have been loosed before revealing themselves. They would have most likely, given their capabilities, you know, you've seen Thrisk before, you know that he can breathe underwater. They most definitely would have taken the opportunity to ambush with an immediate strike, whereas now they're jumping out and they're holding position in those few split seconds as you initially see them exit.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my weapon away, just holster it onto my back again. Put up my hands and then be like, "We're not here for conflict. We're actually here."
Before you can finish that sentence, you see one of them, two of the lizard folk step to the side as another one kind of muscles his way through. He's a little larger than the rest, probably standing about 6'3". He's bulging with muscle below his scales, which are kind of cracked and scarred in places. This sort of dark green, almost unsaturated green, which covers his body. This almost crocodilian snout. One of the eyes has a scar across it. It's white. And he sticks the spear in the ground with a large serrated tooth at its tip. Drastisas! Dractas! Do it, I say.
I'm gonna I'm not gonna drop my weapon or sheath it or anything, but I am gonna hold my hands above my head, the same as Alistair, and just be like, common tongue.
You can see he turns to some of the others. They begin to form a more secured perimeter.
So I'm also going to say Storm definitely sheaths his blade and gives a look to see where Aeria is. And if I'm close enough to Aeria, whisper, might be a good time to try and understand them.
Don't think they're going to take kindly to me casting a spell.
I could try something. I'm gonna say out loud, my hand's still in the air.
Oh, okay.
And excuse me, I'm gonna point to my head and then point to them.
Oh no.
Aradel, I don't think it's
You can see the
Not
brow
idea.
furrow in confusion.
I'm gonna
He steps forward away from the spear, which he's left in the ground behind him. And you can see as he steps a few steps towards you and begins to step into the part of the bog where it actually goes into the water. He stops there though at the water line. His claws are black and long.
Ooh.
They are fairly sharp, and you can see he kind of folds his arms, and one of the tans just tapping on the scale as he glances across you. I speak your tongue.
Alright, that's
Land it.
Good stuff.
Land? Did you say land?
he learned it.
You learnt it.
Oh.
We come in peace. We're seeking actually to help you. We understand that something was stolen from you.
Trespass. Why? Grindle Gorge.
If it helps the quarry we killed, you may have it. We have no use for these creatures. Kind of eyeing up the fact they're wearing bones and stuff. And as he gestures to the crocs, the alligators. Gift, yes.
Give.
I'm gonna lower my hands and take half a step towards him. I come from David. And I understand that there have been an increasing amount of raids into the borders. And I understand there might be a reason for that, yes. An artifact that has gone missing.
You are of David.
Yes, but I've also been kind of exiled from there, but I'm trying to sort things out.
Then you are a thief.
Well, not me necessarily, but I understand that things were taken from you, from David. That's what I'm trying to sort out.
Smooth skin are thief. Steal. Relic. Steal. Land. Steal. Slick cell.
What is Slixel?
Slick cell.
Oh.
Slick cell. human slick cell.
Oh.
This mean they stole... They kidnapped somebody?
Did they steal a relic? We'd like to get it back for you.
Why smooth skin help? All do is steal and kill.
We are trying to stop killing. We're trying to save people.
There is trouble coming for all Val-Aeria. Not just here in Shrazkyst. We wish to warn you about a threat as well.
As you're saying this, you see another one of the, as you now know, Slickcell step up towards him and, in a raised tone, and he takes it, he like unfolds his hands and just woof, smacks him around the jaw, and he collapses to the ground.
Look, I
Drax,
understand.
not like smooth skin. Drax, think you lie.
How can we earn your trust? Perhaps if we brought this relic back to you, you would see that we are trying to help.
You are prisoner of Grindle Gorge. We take you to Jackson.
Hold on,
I'm gonna kind of like gesture over to Storm and kind of like give him a look. If we come with you, is there a chance that will earn your trust if we come quietly?
You come quietly or fight.
We have no reason to fight you, so if we come quietly, then we are friends, not enemies.
Not friends.
We are friends of some Schlicksel. See? We
Okay.
rescued Vargas here from imprisonment.
He immediately starts wading through the water, his snout up in the air as he walks up to Vargas, who, for one of the first times, looks fairly uncomfortable as he kind of strides up, and after he's about a foot away, you are not of the Boglands. You are false, Lixel. You come with us to Bask. Only judge by Yaxan. Yes. Come. Or fight.
Well, I'm
We
not
don't want
fighting.
to
I'm
fight,
gonna
so
put my sword
yes.
away. I'm gonna start walking.
We shall.
And at that shout of a command, the others, from your perspective, on the sort of like northern eastern point, begin to sheath their weapons and unnotch their bows, dropping from the canopy above, and begin to move out of this marshy space. He stands there for a short time, kind of with a look of move, and it kind of watches you as the others follow from behind. You feel yourself like surrounded on all sides by these Slickcell. Do you proceed?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, proceed.
All right. Following the Slickcell through the underbrush, in the middle of the night, still dark, you trudge. Some of you find it slightly harder to see than the others, though I'm sure that you may have sources of light. As you weave through the trees and the marsh, the beginnings of dawn breach the canopy above. And soon, daylight comes as you still wander through. As you begin to feel yourselves tiring after journeying, forced to push on, eventually the male Slickcell, the one who seemed to be in command, the larger one, halts the group. Turns back to the rest of you. We sleep. Rest. Rest!
Alright.
Hey, you don't have to
Oh.
tell me twice.
Fair enough.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna start setting up a hammock.
And you see him bark an order to someone else, and three Slickcell slip between the underbrush as the others kind of begin to make some space around the area. A few hammocks are tied up between trees. A crude fireplace is created, or campfire, should I say, as they prepare for a rest. At this point, we'll say, because you were forced to kind of push on, that, if I remember correctly, we'll say it's probably roughly around about 8 AM when you're making this camp.
Can we treat this as a short rest?
And you can treat this as a long rest.
Oh.
Very nice.
Damn. I'm
So-
gonna start. Once we get a moment, and I'll kind of just do it as discreetly as I can. Just start ritually casting comprehend languages.
All right. Interestingly enough, as you begin to go through the process of casting a spell, they don't really seem that interested.
Oh.
This is one of the first few times you've encountered strangers that are
So nice.
not bothered by the use of arcane,
Cool.
which is an interesting element.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I see they're not bothered, I just start doing it more confidently then.
What is she doing? She's making sparkles with her fingers. It's like, oh, okay.
Any elements that you may say in Abyssal, they don't seem to recognise the language, though perhaps some of the vocalizations can make a few of them uncomfortable. But otherwise, they don't really have a frame of reference as far as you're aware.
Cool.
After about an hour and a half, as you've been setting up the camp and you're preparing yourself to get some rest, at this point being 9 AM, you see, you first hear like the kind of cracking of twigs and underbrush as a bunch of them kind of like pull up their arrows towards a particular section, and exiting through, you can see the three Slickcell who had disappeared earlier dragging a boar through as they begin to carve up the meat, and some others who had obviously been out foraging, bringing some mushrooms and other food items.
Cool.
I guess we've got dinner.
is there anything you'd like to do this evening, or not evening, this day? So you are taking a rest effectively in the morning. That will take you to the afternoon.
I can understand what they're saying now. For an hour, I can.
Before I take a rest, I'm just gonna go over to Storm. Storm, do you have a drawing of the Restless Coast?
I
the
have
entire region.
I have do I have a map? Do we have a map? We don't have a map of the rest of the
I
coast.
thought we did have a map.
Yeah, I think we did too. That's how we're kind of traveling around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did have a map. It got given to us at one point.
If we have a map,
yes, I believe you had a map.
I don't think Storm would have it because I think we as a party got it.
Probably in the bag of holding.
Yeah, so you know about it.
Then I go to Aria for the map then.
I thought I'd get the bag back to you. I'm happy to keep the bag.
I've got the book. You've got the bag. That was
right.
That's what it is.
The bag of holding. We did purchase a map at some point. We absolutely did purchase a map at some point.
I mean, you did buy maps like very long time ago.
Yeah.
For specific regions. I'm going to put you on the Restless Coast.
Oh, guys, please remember we've got the Rod of Pillars as well. That'll probably come in handy at some point.
What's that?
The Rod of Pillars.
What is that?
What does that do?
Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah. So it makes buying that.
It makes a massive, like 20 meter.
It makes a pillar that we could stand on. It might be good for like exploration and getting.
Oh, nice.
Places.
I'm pretty sure can't you stand on it and activate it and you'll go up with it.
You can stand on it. Yeah, it's like a little mini elevator that we can. Make.
Maybe don't activate that
there when you got that?
No, I don't think
we bought it before we left.
Oh, fair.
Anyway.
When we bought Gaiax Magic Star Cloak, same time as that.
Yeah, it was from the same place.
Some of these potions need updating because I think some of you have used yours. I don't know who's used what. Anyway, so why do you need the map for?
I mean, I'm just gonna have a look at it. Tactically, we're going to war with the Illithids. Want to see if there's any way I can help tactically. A rough draft. We can't go into a meeting and then be like, "Oh, we don't know what we're doing tactically."
Of course.
Like it's up to us. So I'm just gonna see if I can figure something out. Anything.
Of course.
Cool. As soon as he gets the map, he's gonna just go into his little book and look back at the map in the book and start writing notes down.
All right. So, Aria, as you do your comprehend languages as well, just tell you what you generally hear. You hear them kind of having conversations, like talking about you guys, about whether or not that you should be trusted, where you come from, why Smoothskins would choose to come here. It must be some kind of trap or lie. Humans have never done anything good. All that sort of general stuff.
Fair enough.
And they're definitely speaking the lizard folk tongue, not Draconic.
They're talking. Yeah, they're not talking in Draconic. I mean, you guys know Draconic. As they speak, it is not Draconic.
Okay. Cool. I'll just keep one ear on them.
Okay. So, you go through the process of your long rest. Just to check one more time, is there anything anyone else would like to do in this time?
If I fly up like 20 feet, do they react to me in any way?
I mean, you probably get a couple of looks up to see what you're doing, but otherwise, they're not going to restrain you.
The prisoner's escaping, kill it!
I want to do my little, because I very desperately want to change a spell, so I want to do my little ritual, which means I have to like disappear essentially.
Sure, yeah, you can do that. You can fly up. As you fly up above the trees, you can see the expanse of the Scaleskin territories of Shrazkyst. You do see in the distance, it's like is literally on the horizon. It's very, very far away. But the higher you get, it obviously comes into view slightly more, only obscured by the just the sheer distance, kind of like fading into fog. There appears to be like a cluster of like space where it seems orange almost, a splash of colour in an otherwise dark green expansion.
Can I tell if it's like
and that's to the east.
if it's like trees or if it's like something?
It's hard to
something else?
tell from this distance. Roll me a perception check. Let's see if you can.
I will
See if you can
guidance
get
Nice.
that.
All right.
Perception.
Oh,
And a D4.
Yeah, it's so difficult to tell. With a 10, it's very, very difficult to tell.
Okay.
You just see kind of that tint of colour on the horizon. Alistair, did you say you wanted to do something?
I was just going to ask around the group and be like, did we find out like any particular places the elephants are coming out from?
Well, not really, but we do know that there are certain entry points. The one
What do we
in,
do?
near Seal City, right?
Near the Witchwoods.
The Witchwoods, yes.
There were a few, no? Or is it the main one?
No,
I'm also not
the one we
entirely
do.
sure, but if it's possible to withhold the transformation of an illithid, for example, if there's a tadpole already in them, if they might already have people in positions of power, and at the given moment they
Yes, I remember
transform.
you mentioning that.
That way there'd be attacks from the inside and the outside.
Fuck.
So you believe it's some kind of gestation, some kind like transformation?
It would
Is
make
this
sense if they're using humanoid creatures for reproduction. There'd be no other reason
It
to
has me
use
think
them.
of a way we could perhaps not cure it, but stop it, pause it. There are places where and methods of stopping and halting
Well,
age and time.
we know from the sisters, or the Oracle, that, I mean, she helped Eridale. Maybe she would know more stuff about it, but, yeah.
Isn't there a way? We'd have to find out, obviously, who was at risk of becoming an illithid. But isn't there something that we did with the vampire where we sent them to an alternate realm?
The place,
Well,
the
we
banishment. Yes, that since the time is still active there, it's no different. But there are places where time is.
I'll have a look through. There might be a spell that can help with that. Is Seal City the only point we know that they're coming out of?
The
There was.
Witchwoods, as far as we're concerned.
Is that the only one we know of? Yes.
Didn't they have some kind of camp in
Barracks.
thingy
Yes, Razak-san is in the Underdark.
near Tibet or in the clanlands?
Yes, you had a vision, didn't you, of something
Yes.
that you believed was in the clanlands, some kind of underground
Clanlands.
barracks.
Oh,
Where
yes.
Jala might be heading.
Is that so? She entered through.
She
The
said
oth-
that she knew of another community underground,
Hmm.
and she was going to go there to rally forces. I can only put two and two together. It's just a guess, but it might be that place.
if she entered through that area, yes, that's very plausible.
Which makes me concerned. Perhaps we should warn her.
It's a good idea.
I can contact her.
If you do, can you see if she knows any more entry points the Illithids could use?
I'll do that now. Yes, I'm gonna spend that time to send a message to Jala.
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
No, it's,
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna say,
Charla isn't here right now. Please call back later.
hi, it's Storm. Wondering if safe. Worried about prior visions in under area of Ipe. Illithid barracks, perhaps. Any info on other entry points, please?
I can't talk right now.
No.
That's
There are other entrances, but I don't know their exact location. That's it. That's all you get.
okay.
Shit.
She doesn't sound like she's doing well.
Hope she's all right.
I believe it's she could be protecting
Wait
information.
a minute. In the Clanlands, where was it we found the orb with Gaiac's armor?
Underneath.
Was it in the
Oh, no, that wasn't in the Clanlands.
Was in
I believe.
Bellinor.
Was it in Balinor?
Wasn't
Was underneath
I
the
thought it was
prison.
Bay.
You entered the Underdark via a
Bellinor.
location in
It was
Bellinor.
near Bladestone.
it was in the Witchwoods?
So you
That's where we
entered
went to the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you entered the Underdark via the Witchwoods.
Yes.
You then travelled beneath for a period of time before you got to the beneath area of Bladestone. However, you then did travel 3 days at least from
Going
Bladestone.
to
So the exact location is very difficult to really
for us to know.
determine.
We were
in your
underground.
mind,
There's
because you were
yeah.
underground. Could have been, and you get the impression you were heading southwest, but after like a portion of travel, at some point it's kind of like,
Yeah.
what
I
direction are we
mean,
heading?
we know the locations of the orbs, though, right? So we would know
We do.
Oh
kind
yes,
of
we
where we were,
that.
so we'd know
Oh.
that's the orb that we went to.
Yeah. If you mention that, I can pull out the drawing. Yeah.
Where did we come out from Bladestone? Like, or did we teleport?
We teleported with Arilla.
We
It
teleported.
was the only way out of there.
Ravenwood.
That was the point of you going into the Underdark.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit.
Yeah, hitching a ride.
Right. Well, let's just hope Jala's safe. What's our plan of action for when we get to wherever we're going?
I assume they want to present us to their one who leads them, though we don't really know how lizard folk's leadership structure works.
Would I have
They
any
said-
knowledge
They
from
said
my
judge,
tutor?
So
My wonderful tutor back home?
Regarding what? Sorry.
Regarding lizard folk, hierarchy or leadership or whatever. She have taught me
Probably
anything? Okay.
As far as I'm aware, she did not grow up in Shrazkyst. Like many lizard folk, she was born and raised in the human kingdoms.
So, okay.
Bit of a stretch, but
Predominantly
I
human
do
kingdom.
have a proficiency in history. Would there be anything historical-wise that I might be able to determine? Like, if I've heard in the past what their leadership structure is?
Sure, roll me a history check. See what you come up with.
Watch me roll a 2. Oh,
Okay, 16.
that?
Alright. So, I'd say, whilst the specifics maybe you don't have like maybe a historian's mind of their particular history, you would certainly be aware of kind of the general notion that their land was taken by the human kingdoms. So the land that's now referred to as the Scaleskin territories once did expand across most of the coast until it was pushed back over time and time and time by the humans. You know that they, from whatever you may have read about it, that they live generally in individual tribes, and that they're not a unified people per se. That there is some weird connection between them all, but there is a general consensus that they're very
Is it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like,
like,
Native Americans? Like they have similar customs and
yes.
cultures, but they're not all part of one
They
group.
Yeah, they're kind of like quote unquote one people, but they're also very, very individualistic. They have their own cultures, and they, generally speaking, their culture generally by the human kingdoms is kind of seen as anarchism. So they have like a notion of connection.
I wonder
but they
why
are generally...
Jay decided to make an area that was.
He didn't.
To be fair, it was actually
He didn't. I did.
It was
Oh.
actually you that made them anarcho.
He just
Latched on
Leave it to you, and
Isn't
then
that
we take the entire
interesting?
area. Do it for Jay.
It is interesting.
Daily anarchists. Why wouldn't I latch onto them?
So that's what you'd probably know about them in terms of their cultural structure and hierarchy within that. It's a very well guarded secret. Like, it's not something that people generally are aware of outside of that culture.
Okay. I get the impression that whoever it is that we're going to see is more like a judge than a leader. They did say something about judgment.
I think it's in our best interest to just try and convince them that, again, we need to help them, we want to help them.
How do we convince them, though?
And-
They're not exactly trusting.
Well,
They're
they
not
have
likely
reason
to go on
be.
our word.
Well, then maybe we have to do more than our words.
Such
I am-
as.
I mean, I've got a plan. Giving them my armor, my weapons to prove that I mean no harm to them. That I'm here to help, and if they feel that I'm betraying them in any way, they can just strike me down then and there. You need
would
to,
make a
in
statement?
these situations, you need to make yourself seem like you're weaker than them.
I have a theory though. I've in the dunes there are similar. I don't want to say primitive, but there are tribes similar that have a way of respecting strength. It could backfire.
Whilst I've had an ear out to their conversation, have they mentioned anything about what they want to do with us specifically?
So they haven't actually been having conversations like that. You might pick up that they, especially with your passive perception, that some of them may have said something along the lines of them seeing her. But one thing you do notice as you're having this conversation is that those of them that are not currently on guard, those that are preparing for their rest, you see they take out these small, like shell-like flasks, and kind of uncork the top, and they begin to scoop out this almost like gel, and then kind of rub it over their scales until they kind of smother their whole body and then nestle down to sleep.
Wonder what that's about.
I think we should get some rest. Seems like there's going to be a long day tomorrow.
How's the warm clothing coming in? Is it cold? Is it cold, or is it?
It is very cold here. The night was colder, obviously, and the canopy does trap a level of heat in here, but the water is particularly cold. And when you feel that touch of any kind of moisture, it's biting to the skin.
I'm gonna I was gonna get in my hammock, kick my boots off, get into the hammock.
So, as you begin to take your rest, finding some sleep after a tiring night of walking and battling crocodiles, there's a point in the night where you all are suddenly awoken by a distant screech. The sound of some screeching, dying animal in the distance. Immediately, all of the 6L jump up, kind of brandishing their weapons, and that large one kind of holds them with their claw in the air. And you all get back down to sleep.
I am going
They think
to.
you're safe.
I'm gonna stay awake and keep watch.
I was gonna say I'm gonna stay awake for like half an hour, and assuming that's like a boar or something, if I see it, I'm gonna fire an arrow, try and kill it.
You wait that half an hour as the others find their rest again. Nothing comes to the camp. It did sound very, very distant. It travelled through the woods. Eridel, do you stay up the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll take the exhaustion if I need to.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I wake up a little bit as well. Storm wakes up and sees if I'm close to Alistair or not. See if I can whisper for Alistair. Alistair, you awake?
I am now, yes.
I wouldn't wake you up if it wasn't urgent. If you got any that alcohol you carry around?
Unfortunately, both my wineskins have been empty for some time. I don't have alcohol on me anymore.
Okay, well, maybe you could help anyway. And he kind of pulls up his robe, and you can see the gash mark in his leg.
Oh, right. Okay, that's.
I wasn't going to. I saw that look on your face. That alligator took a massive bite out of me.
Yes, just understand it's in the middle of the night. You start lifting up your robes. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
It's not what you thought. I'm in a great deal of pain.
Very well. And if I may, I just put our hands and put my hand over it as these sparkles of like radiant energy just drop down into the wound as it slowly starts to close up.
Oh, thank you. I should be able to sleep better now.
Very well. Yeah, that's
Okay. So, the rest of the rest goes without issue as you begin to awake along with the other 6L, scuttling the camp and collecting what they have taken out of their packs. You begin the journey again. You head deeper and deeper into the marsh, and after what feels about a couple of hours of walking, batting insects away, you hear a shout from ahead. As you see a bunch of the other 6L kind of darting forward, kind of pushing past through the underbrush. Eventually you come out into a slight clearing, and you can see that within this clearing there is a large mound resting along a broken tree. And it's at this point that you notice that there isn't a clearing. It's not a normal clearing. The plant life, the trees, everything, the earth has been upturned for at least a 50-foot radius in this area. And resting against this broken, almost like redwood tree, it's a very thick trunk, is this brown-skinned boar that lies crumpled on the ground. You can see, even from where you're stood, that its torso has been almost entirely crushed, and the hair along its fat slick with slime. And away from this clearing appears to be an exit, this broken space that extends further into the marsh, where something large has clearly pushed its way through. It's at this point that the larger Slickcell steps forward up towards the boar and takes a knee, followed by the other Slickcell, who kneel down, and they begin to speak in their language. There's a ritualistic element to it. You're not sure if it's a prayer or a ceremony or whatever it might be, but they clearly attribute some kind of meaning or purpose to this. After about 10 minutes, they begin to rise. Several of them begin to collect some vines and tie up the boar, preparing it to be taken back to the camp. And other ones, as the others doing this, take out those similar shell flasks and begin to scoop the slime off of the boar and collect it before corking it up and putting it back on their waists. Is there anything you'd like to do before you set off again? I heard Storm say something.
Jay?
Annie, do you know what they're doing? Something that Risk ever did?
No idea.
He didn't take slime off animals and put them into flasks.
I'm sure he would have liked to.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. I'll just kind of approach the one that I know could speak common. What do you think? What did this?
As he begins to laugh, you see numerous other Slickcell that are nearby, having heard this, begin to laugh as well. Yes, sacred beast.
What do you use the slime for?
That is not concern for outsiders.
Trying to broaden my knowledge. Oh, back away.
Alright. Anything else? Okay.
As we walk, just carry on with the map, doing plans.
Sure. So you continue to plan as the boar is now being tugged behind you, as you seemingly continue on towards wherever it is that they are leading you. At this point, you've noticed that the sun has once again set as evening comes. The remnants of orange just about peeking through the canopy above. And once again, you hear the call of Slickcell ahead of you. And once you push through that brush, you see something ahead. These large green stoned ruins that protrude from the ground, almost completely camouflaged by foliage and overgrowth. There's one thing that you notice immediately, for I'm pretty sure all of you actually, maybe not Zuko. The design, the texture, they are all very, very familiar. You're very confident that this is the same architecture as the Kawatuiti ruins, which you have recently come to realise as the ruins of the ancient race of the Yuan-Ti.
PTSD. No.
However, as you pass these ruins ahead in a more natural-looking clearing, though the canopy does stretch over, is a space surrounded by a shallow body of water and weeping willows. Among the trees here, you can see numerous buildings that protrude from the bog ground, held aloft by wooden stilts. These buildings seem to be made from a dark wood, covered in moss and vines, supported by large bones along the corners. Atop these wooden roofs are the skeletal remains of large crocodilian creatures. As you pass over these wooden bridges that lead across each section of actual muddy land between the boggy water, you can hear the sound of hissing that emanates from the sticky bog water. And every so often you see this kind of like bubbling. And something surfaces. Just a beast. It's very familiar to you. It's an alligator. As it rises to the surface, its eyes just watching you as you pass. But they don't intervene. There's a very strong scent that fills the air. This very aromatic smell. But not perfume. Like natural herbs. Things being burnt. As you find yourself pushing into the middle of what appears to be this village, it is filled with Slixel of various shades of colour and various sizes. As you're taken through, you watch these various Slixel gaze at you in curiosity, halting whatever it is they're doing, from cooking in a large metallic pot to hatchlings scuttling inside after seeing strangers, these smoothskins that have infiltrated their home. But you're not led towards them. Instead, you're guided towards the largest building that you can see, central to the town, the village, whatever this is. A large spherical like building with the largest set of bones atop. A gargantuan alligator that rests upon it. At least its skeletal remains. Its large mouth gaping over the extended entranceway. As you are brought towards this building, many of the Slixel that have joined you leave this convoy. The boar taken over to an area which you see to the side, with numerous stumps of wood that are jutting out of the ground, and a large metallic pot where this smell of mushroom and meat wafts. Only the larger Slixel walks with you now, as he strides up to this vine and I'm not really sure what kind of material. It looks like silk, but there's a rougher texture to it as he brushes it aside and steps in, holding it open behind for you to enter.
I'm gonna go in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Step in.
As you step inside, the smell of that aromatic herb gets stronger, but but there's also like this kind of almost spice to it. There's a burning sensation in the back of your throat. It's subtle, not too much. As you step forward through another sheeted curtain, you find yourself standing in a large circular room, in the middle of which is a large tree stump. Could be from a similar sort of redwood tree. It's a long diameter, sat in the middle of the room. Along the walls and hanging from the ceiling are various natural herbs and ingredients, a plethora of different scents wafting from each of them. Behind this stump, you see an interesting individual. What appears to be, as best as you can tell, a middle-aged looking Slickcell, with scales that have begun to show signs of fading from green to grey. These bright yellow eyes and rows of menacing teeth. Her scales show the signs of scarring, likely from many battles, but most of it is covered by a long hemp robe adorned with crocodile teeth and other bones. The most fascinating aspect of this Slickcell is the headpiece. A large skull of a fully sized adult crocodile that rests above her head. As you are entering, that larger male Slickcell heads in first. And as he does, he gives a bow. Begins to speak to her and gestures towards you. She points towards the entrance and he bows deeply, gives a look to all of you, and leaves you alone with her.
I am the matriarch of this Bask. Jackson. Why have you infiltrated our territory?
We're here to help. We understand that there is something that's been stolen from you and we'd like to get it back.
And what could you do to help us?
We are experienced with helping. We know and we have means of infiltrating, as you say, other locations other than this. We'd like to use our collective skills to help you. If you are wondering what we stand to gain from this, we would like you simply to be prepared. We've also come to warn you that there is an enemy approaching from underground, and it puts not only our homes at risk, but yours also.
And you think we need the help of smooth skins? Do you think
I'm just gonna take.
my people are not capable?
We simply came to warn you is all, and we understand that there has been raids searching for this relic for quite some time.
I'm gonna take a step forward, be like, I myself am from the Kingdom of David, and I know the raids that has been happening on the borders have been getting more frequently, or have been happening more frequently. I come here not for a fight. To make a sort of offering, like my friend here said. Me and my friends will help get back the relic. And the Kingdom of David will stop intruding onto your territory once and for all. If we get this relic back, you will stop the raids on the borders.
There are no borders. Those lands belong to my ancestors.
Yes, I understand that. And that's why I am here. The raids, the fighting. You must understand that it does. I'm sure you do understand that it kills my people, along with many of yours as well. We want to stop that. We want to live.
I wish to see the longevity of my Bask. Yes,
Yes.
I do.
And I've had a conversation with the King of David, and he very much likes the idea of his ego being stroked and him being this pillar of peace. That is all that I'm asking for. Yes, there will still maybe borders, but if there is peace, I'm pretty sure these borders will be non-existent in a couple of years, and it will stop the fighting. And in trade for this, to prove to you that I am telling the truth, I am willing, yes, me, a smooth skin, to risk my life to help get back an artifact that you've lost. I know it's taken me at my word at the moment, but if you let me help you, I will show you with my actions that I mean more than I speak.
And what do you know of this artifact?
That it was taken long ago, but that is mainly why I want to speak with you and the people of your territory, to get information on its artifact, when it went missing, and where it might be.
What it might be as well. It is
Yes, and
helpful.
what
We
it might
don't
be.
know what to look for you.
Has a certain artifact gone missing recently or quite some time ago that has affected your territory in some time?
You talk of the heart of the swamp.
Heart of the swamp.
What
Well,
What is the heart of the swamp? Is it
Yes.
a gem, a crown, a tree?
It is Bia's heart.
Wait, okay, can
sorry,
I?
what was that? I
Can
didn't.
I
I didn't
who-
understand that.
It
Bia.
is Bia's heart.
Does Storm recognize the name Bia?
I mean, yeah, you'd
No,
recognise the name.
It's the patron spirit of decay,
Oh,
decay
Guy
and,
would probably know it as well.
and tempest.
Those that aren't from the coast would know that offhand.
Can you put that in the chat just so I know?
Yeah, how do we spell
what it
that?
is?
I mean,
Heart of cards.
And
What does? Oh, go ahead.
and if you don't mind my asking, how was it stolen? What happened?
Soft skins like yourselves stole it.
How long ago?
many sons.
What does it look like? Would we be able to retrieve it for you? Do you know the appearance of the one who stole it?
It is a stone of pure energy. Living with Bia's heart and power. Smooth Skins came and stole it from the coiled cigarette.
Alistair, you said you had means of locating things, you say? You need more than just that, I assume.
I'll need to know the exact appearance of it. Do you have any pictures or drawings of what it may look like? Or maybe yourself knows how to locate this. If it is stone of pure energy.
Who is this Slickcell you bring with you?
And she gestures and points a talon towards, a claw, should I say, towards Vargas, who still remains silent at this point. The quietest you've ever seen her.
I'm gonna kind of like move aside to like allow her to kind of like step forward.
Yeah,
She
if
doesn't-
Vargas
she
wants to
doesn't
speak,
step
I'll let
forward.
her.
This is Vargas, which is a friend of ours, the sister of a friend.
Step forward.
Vargas gives you a side eye. She takes a nervous step forward.
Closer.
She walks up towards the stump. This matriarch rises and walks over towards her.
Your scent is familiar. Who is this?
Vargas looks lost for words. She opens her mouth to say something, but the words don't seem to come out. She kind of like turns towards you.
So you're
Vargas,
the
oh,
dear friend of ours.
she was taken from Shrazkyst when she was very young, a hatchling, along with her brother Thrisk. She was captured and raised in captivity and forced to fight.
Your scent is known to me. You are of Zero's blood.
That's where Frisk says he was from.
I do not understand what
Thrisk,
I am confused by translation.
Thrisk was a fallen companion of this group. I never met him, but he was in touch with the spirits, correct? A
Yes.
druid.
That's
Yes. That's
from Zeros.
From Zeros.
Where means to come from. Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
you are mistaken. Zeros is not a place. Zeros was a sleek cell.
I swear we knew that already.
Yeah.
But
Not in this campaign, I don't think.
Kelton
is-
told
yeah.
us.
that is where Thrisk said he was from. Perhaps Zeros was a parent?
You can see there's like a confusion as she takes a step back and kind of grips onto the stump with her talons to stop herself from falling over.
What is the importance of this Zeros? Other than
I put up my hand to stop Storm from speaking. Let her
Of
process.
Zeros. You're sent. You are of her blood. You are of Zeros' blood. You say something about an enemy. What is this?
well, let me show you
An illithid.
the cast.
Yeah.
Mine major illusion. Don't be alarmed. It is not real. And he strikes his blade, and out comes the familiar form of the illithid. His tentacles writhing, his hand
You've
beckoning.
seen this before.
An illithid. You maybe heard of it. They are a threat to all
The
people.
Boglands. They are at risk too.
I'm afraid so.
Yes.
And in lands that contain thinking creatures, yes.
Then the prophecy is true.
What prophecy?
God damn it.
What prophecy?
Goddamn prophecies.
It is said that the great Devourer will come to unite the Basques and protect it from its enemies, from a great threat that will destroy all of Shrazkyst. Zeros. My mother believed that she was this great devourer.
Who Zeros? The
Yes. But I see now. If this is true,
And she kind of like begins to stumble back towards the other end of the stump and sits down, wide-eyed, confused.
So what you're saying is that the Great Devourer, the enemy, is actually from her blood come a resolution to the actual Great Devourer, the Illithid. It's Vargas.
the great devourer is a prophet of Bia, said to protect the Bogland from its enemies, from a threat that will destroy it.
Oh, I see.
And you thought, or your mother thought it was Zeros. And Vargas is from Zeros' blood.
So she has been sent by the Great Devourer to protect you from your enemies.
She
Or
might
she is.
be the great devourer.
Where is Zeros now? This must mean that she is not with us anymore.
It is said she died in the fall of the coiled ziggurat. That
And that's where
destroyed
they
my mother
stole.
and my Bask.
Does this mean that you'll allow us to help you?
I must see that the prophecy is true. If you truly are the great devourer, then you will have the blessing of Bia.
That could take quite a while to see if the prophecy is true. We don't have that sort of time.
We truly do not. This threat is coming very soon, and the rest.
This is our custom.
How do we see if the prophecy is true? If she is the Great Devourer.
Only someone with the blessing of Bia would truly be a Slixel or an ally of the Boglands. And only someone with the blessing of Bia could slay the Sacred One. His sacred beast.
We've encountered the size of this sacred one. Slimy or something.
I'm sorry,
So-
I don't understand. What you're saying is that Vargas has to kill a sacred beast in order for you to believe that she's the Great Devourer.
I do not expect someone outside of our culture to understand our customs.
I understand prophecies. What I do not understand is that you are willing to risk time when your people are in danger.
Be warned your tongue, soft skin.
Where is this sacred beast, and is she allowed to have companions with her?
It must be proven that all of you have the blessing of Bia. Otherwise, you are just more outsiders feeding lies to my already dying people. I am not willing to take that risk. Many of my people already suffer with Zotu. I will not risk the deaths of more.
What is Zotu? Maybe it's
The
something.
mindless.
I'm sorry, so you want us to
If it's-
prove that we're trying to help you?
Yes.
Oh my God. Are you not tired of this? I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group. Are you not tired of people rejecting our help?
I know I am.
She stands up and kind of glares at you, Aradel.
I'm gonna.
You have come into my lands, people who kill my kind, and you expect me to trust you.
I am
How
not
dare
of
you?
David. I've never touched.
You are a soft skin.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? To generalize a people by their skin.
Aerodale, calm down.
I will not calm down. It's the
Aradel.
same
Oh, you
everywhere
have
we
to.
go. It's the same
Yes, and
everywhere we go.
We've dealt with it everywhere we go.
Do not
That's what
shout
we're doing.
at me, Alistair.
I am shouting at you because the world is at risk. Everywhere we go. Restless Coast has not been unified for many years. It is us. We have to do it.
Alistair,
People
do not
are
shout
dying.
at me. Do not raise your voice at me. Do not speak to me as if I was one of your subjects.
You are not one of my subjects. You're my friend. That is why I am shouting
Then
at
you shall listen to me in my frustration. Everywhere we go, it is the same. Everywhere we go, we offer our help, and in return, we are tasked with more things that will take up our time. If people do not wish to accept our help, then they shall not have it. We have warned this woman of the incoming danger. We have warned her. That is our goal. If she does not wish to accept her help, then she ruins herself and her people. She sentences them to death.
Eredel speaks with impassioned concern, Yazen.
Eredel,
We have
alright.
encountered.
I'm going to be selfish here then and say this. Sorry, Storm, go ahead.
I was going to say she speaks from a place of impassioned concern. It's true, we are on limited time and we don't have the resources to undergo a lengthy task to earn your trust. We will do what we can, but the coast is unprepared for this threat. It would be better spent of your time, Yazen, would be to help us locate the barrel. Not locate the artifact and warn your people. I can see you are capable warriors. These are the first that the Illithid will target. They will want to bolster their army. They invade mines, and they will add you to their collection. Just like we've watched them add a whole other culture to their collection too.
I'm gonna turn to face her. I do not expect you to understand or empathize with soft
I will not
things,
hear from you.
because I speak the truth.
Because you are insolent.
Because you do not
You
like what I am
deny the
saying.
gods.
And that's reason to risk your people.
It is reason to ask for trust. We have been lied to. We have been slain by people who look just like you.
And you have slain people who look just like me in return. What you do not understand is that I am risking my land to be here to warn you. My people have no idea of the incoming threat. But we chose to come here instead, to speak to you and warn you. And in return you treat us with disdain?
Disdain? What do you mean by this?
Hatred.
I see you. And I see the people who have taken everything from us. To ask if you have Bia's blessing is a small request.
Not when we have mere weeks. If you wish to subject your people to death, that is your choice. We have offered you our help, and it is your choice if you choose to accept it.
if you have lived with our people, as if you know our suffering. Your arrogance is not wanted here.
How do we acquire Beard's blessing?
By killing a sacred beast, of
Yes,
which we
but
have no idea where it is.
Will this sacred...
Perhaps you should have asked.
Before we put our foot in our mouths any further, Yazkin, may we know the location of this beast?
One moment. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
The beast's location was lost to time.
No.
and space?
There is a sacred grove. Two hours to the east. It is home to the sacred one.
If we were to... I know this may be asking a lot, but if Vargas here accepts this and we, with her, approve and gain Biar's blessing, would it be possible that you would listen to this great devourer to halt said raids and bolster your forces ready for when the invasion comes? Artifact
If
for
you
that.
truly have Bia's blessing and return alive, then yes.
That's all we needed to know. We mean not to offend you. We are just struggling for time.
Well, I think there's someone whose opinion we haven't asked yet. And I'll look at Vargas. What do you think of this? I don't wish to volunteer you for something you don't want to be involved in.
I was not aware that ever since I heard what Risk had to say, I felt there was something I was meant to do. Perhaps this is it. I never was raised here. I know not of their culture or its people. But I have felt the call of the Bogland.
And this, when we last spoke, when we last saw each other, I mentioned you had something inside of you, some presence. I saw that fire. Is that new? Seems like you're showing signs of arcane.
I don't know what that is. But maybe I can learn. It seems this may be the only place to do this.
I think, shall we all talk outside?
Yes, let's go.
We'll return in a moment.
Alright. You are able to head out of the front of the main building into the surrounding swamp area as you step out. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna turn to Alistair. If you ever raise your voice to me again like you did in there, the good relationship that we have built up will be lost forever.
Good relationship. Look, I'm not shouting at you because I hate you or because I think I'm right and you're wrong.
Then do not shout at all.
Fucking... I'm stressed out, Eridel. I have lost my home. I have got no home to go back
You
to.
don't think that I, of all people, would understand that, Alistair?
Yes, I know that you understand that.
It is no reason, it is no justification, that is all. You will not address me as you did in there ever again.
Okay, I think we can agree as a whole the shouting in general was a terrible idea in negotiations.
I understand why everyone is on a knife's edge, but it sounds like we have an easier way to stop these raids than searching for what
Quite frankly,
an age-old lost relic to them.
Quite frankly, a 2-hour detour is far shorter than it took for us to get the allegiance of any of the other nations.
That is with the assumption. That is not what she was saying. She was saying that she will allow us to find the artifact if we kill the beast.
Okay.
There is more in addition to this. Every time we go somewhere new and the rulers are always the same. Oh, you'd like to offer us your help? Well, you need to do this. We are trying to help these people. And in return, they treat us like we are not even mud under their feet.
Eridel,
Well, then don't-
It's frustrating, but you have to, from these people's point of view, until recently, these creatures were myths. They didn't exist. And now we're telling them that we're changing the entire viewpoint of their opinion of the universe. They are believing in things that didn't exist until a few years ago.
Then why, Kensei, tell me. Tell me why it is our...
These poor people, they have been attacked and ostracized by people who look like us continuously, and you can't expect them to just trust us right out of the gate.
I'm not expecting their trust. I am expecting them to protect their people.
You can't expect them to believe us. To them, we look like the same people who murdered their children.
Kensei, please. if you can tell me why it is our responsibility to convince people, why it is our responsibility to remind people to do their duty, then by all means. But I do not believe it
You
is.
say that with the knowledge of what you have. Put yourself in their shoes. If you were the queen right now, and someone like us, some people you've never heard of in your entire life, never seen before, never heard even a glimmer of fame or renown to their name, come to you on your doorstep and say that the world is going, as you know, it's about to be upended by creatures that, until the other day, you thought were used to frighten children.
What I would do, Kensei, is keep a sharper lookout. Perhaps no. In the past, I wouldn't have sought allyship from others, but trusted in my own people. But I would have sought to protect them from any
Would
threat.
you have even believed what they said?
Would I have believed that there are
Without
creatures that
knowledge.
can...
What
Would
you
I have believed, Kensei, that there are creatures that can control and manipulate the mind? With a mother like mine? Yes.
Again, without the knowledge of any of that.
I think you're forgetting Aridel's upbringing, Kensei.
No, I mean without knowledge of that.
He's
as
saying
well.
if you didn't have the
Without
knowledge.
of any of that, any of it whatsoever. Like these people have. They have no knowledge of that. They didn't grow up with tadpoles in their brains. They didn't grow up learning psionic talents. They grew up learning nothing about this.
Why is that our responsibility to educate them?
Why is it there? Why do you expect them to just assume there's a threat the moment you mention it?
Because that is what a good leader would do.
People lie to them all the time.
No one else will.
You heard them. Yes, I understand. It is extremely frustrating. But quite frankly, we can't. You have to put yourself in these people's shoes. You can't just expect them to buy everything we say. Now, granted, some of the other leaders we've dealt with have been. What's that phrase that Arya once used? Up their own arse. They tend to put their status and their game for power over their own people. And in those cases, I rather agree with you. I think they were being rather petty. But these are oppressed people. And I know what it's like to have your home. I understand their situation.
I simply do not see the point of trying to help people who do not want our help.
Then why are we doing this at all?
It's a good question. I never wanted to come here in the first place.
We're here now. So to spend all this time coming here and to walk away with nothing would be pointless.
That's what we did in David.
Did we? We have a link. We help these if we help these people, we may in turn be able to affect the change in David, as Alistair said.
Sorry. But you didn't walk out with David and got nothing.
Wait, no. No more arguments. We are simply
Not
laying
an
out
argument, it's a discussion.
Saying, if you didn't walk out David, you wanted to, but I stayed. And I've told everyone that I trusted and loved who I really am. And that has put them in an amount of danger that I can't even comprehend. All for a chance that maybe David will be on our side if we do this. I lost 2 families in Dayford. Maybe more.
I'm trying my absolute hardest to be empathetic with these people. Truly I am.
We needn't be. You needn't be entirely empathetic, Meridel. You say it was with nothing when we went to Dayford. Obviously, there was other things along the way. Without going to Dayford, we would have never have encountered the Oracle. We've never undergone that training. Coming here, we've realized there are a people that had a prophecy prophesizing this threat, perhaps. People that are ready and willing to fight a threat that it's better than what we've encountered in other kingdoms that do not use the arcane and have no recollection of a threat like this. I know why you didn't want to come here, and it's why I don't want to spend too much time here either. I know you have people unwarned.
I told myself that I could put aside what I wanted for the sake of everybody in the Isles, that I could care for them, that I could try to help them. But why? Why on earth would I care for people who do not care if I live or die? Why should I give them the chance when they would not do the same for me?
Here's in better terms for you then. Think of it as another weapon in your arsenal. Don't think of it as the people you're saving that did not save you. Think about it as another sword, arrow, blast in the side of that rising tentacle. That threat that will bring us all into the depths of utter mindlessness. We will be but puppets to them.
It is extremely difficult to do that when I know I have plenty of weapons at home. I'll go with you, obviously. But I just don't understand how you are not tired of this. That at a certain point we have to say, it's not worth it.
I don't understand why you're so against it. If anything, do it for Vargas. Look at her. Do it for Thrisk. What's 2 hours?
It's not just 2 hours, though, Gaiak. It's the
It is
2
just
hours,
2 hours.
and then listen to me. It's not just 2 hours. It's the hours that it would take to get there, to kill the beast, to return, and then to find the artifact, wherever that is.
Kill the beast, what, a day at most? We don't even know if they entirely want us to find this artifact. It doesn't even matter. If anything, just do this one thing for Thrisk.
We shall see about the artifact. If it sounds like Alistair's location might not be a foolproof idea. They could be anywhere. It's something we can put a knife in for now, and then we go straight to Sindri. I've given you my word on that. I don't want to do this. I put a lot of myself in considering, let alone saying, that I will hear him out in his proposition. Appreciate that as well.
feel that I can talk and talk and talk, and even though I am willing to go with you, none of you will ever understand.
You forget we all come from places of...
Very strong, go ahead.
Not all of us, but most of us come from places of wreckage and deposition, where we've been upturned and left without a stake in our home, without a connection to it. We do understand. It is frustrating.
Then why accept every single offer that comes our way? Bow like dogs to these arrogant rulers.
Because if we don't, we lose everything.
We don't lose everything, we just lose them.
And David. And that's only two kingdoms in the Restless Coast against this giant threat. Plus the Foy Fortunes as well. They don't know anything. They could all be turned for all we know. I understand that you did not want to be here. I understand that you'd much rather go to Sindri or the Dracon of the Isles and protect your homeland. I understand that. But if we fail here, if we waste time here and forget it for nothing, we've already lost. I'm sorry that I raised my voice at you. It is not because I think I am right or think that I am better than you, it's because I am extremely frustrated about everything that only we have to do. And I get that it's only us, and I hate it. But look at all of us. We all have dreams, we all have aspirations. I'm pretty sure everyone here has a dream of what we want to do after all of this is said and done. Am I right? You've got a dream of what you want to do after this?
We're wasting time by talking about this. Let's just go back in there and get this over and done with. I'm gonna go back inside.
Me too.
Yeah, head back in.
Yep.
You push open the curtains and head into that main section, into the main room. You see the six elves sat behind the tree stump.
We'll take you up on your offer.
Very well. We will see if you have Beer's blessing. I do hope you are not like the others.
We mean no harm to you or your people. We only wish for you to be as ready as the other kingdoms and having a fighting chance when the threat comes.
I care about my Bask. And I care about the others. of Shrazkyst.
You will warn the other.
And I wish I could trust all of you.
Does this mean you have methods to warn the other Basques about this?
We have means of communication, yes.
2 days east
But
from here. Yeah?
unification can only be brought by the Great Devourer.
What are you saying, Aradel?
2 days east from here. Yes.
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. Shall we get on with it?
Let's go.
Yes. Vargas, you ready?
She nods.
I will have someone to guide you.
Any, do they have knowledge of, is there any customs or rituals to commit for Vargas here to acquire Biar's blessing? Or is it simply to slay this creature?
If Bia allows you to slay his sacred one, you are blessed by him. Bring us proof. That is all. If Bia trusts you, then Shrazkyst trusts you. That is all.
Very well.
Alright.
Right, let's get going.
Assume with that you leave the tent or the building. Alright. A few moments later, you see another Pixel come to meet with you and begins to guide you out of the Bask and into the marsh. And that is where we'll take our break.